Welcome back everybody, hope we're doing well. Plan for today is to take you guys along with me on my maintenance session. I currently have 9 tanks up and running and they all need some work done. Maintenance is something I would usually only do on the weekend, so like a Saturday or a Sunday morning, straight out of bed with some coffee, with some nice background music, just super chill. But I want to update you guys on some of the recent builds we've done, so the Thai micro crabs, the pea puffers and the CPD River. So I thought this would be a fun way to update you guys. Okay, first task is the big shallow. This one is actually very low maintenance. I'm only doing a water change every 2 or 3 weeks, just a simple 50% water change. Then plants, the only thing that I'm trimming here is the hydrocotyl. This one is a very fast grower and I'm thinning it out every 2 weeks or so. Everything else I'm just kind of letting it grow wild, kind of like the wild look. And besides that, I don't really have to do anything. I'm cleaning the glass every week with an algae scraper, but it takes like 2 seconds. And yeah, that's it. So today we're just doing a 50% water change. I also want to clean the inflow and outflow, just kind of make it look shiny again. And I want to add a small layer of fresh sand. So we currently have a really thin layer of small gravel. And actually on some places you can see the bottom glass panel kind of shining through. So I'm going to add some fresh sand to it. But yeah, that's it. Let's do it. Yeah, so I've just cleaned the glass and then we already have some of these empty spots here. So I'm gonna add some more sand. I've got this one right here. I bought a bag of Tigris sand from Rio. Looks like it has a nice, slightly warm color to it. I'm not sure if we need to wash it though, so I'm just gonna add a little bit, see what happens to the water. It actually looks okay, so we can just add in some more. We're doing a water change anyway, so if there's any mist or any like dust coming from the sand, we can just remove it straight away. Okay, that's looking good. It's a little bit cloudy, but we can just do a slightly bigger water change to get rid of that. Next up, I want to clean the inflow and the outflow. So these are supposed to be completely transparent. Right now there's like a little bit of biofilm and algae on there, so we can just give them a quick wash. So let's stop the filter. Super easy with the F-zone filter. 30-minute break. Now removing these is always a little bit tricky because you always end up spilling some water, but let's see if we can minimize that this time. Just gonna raise this one so there's no siphon happening basically. Yeah, so both the hoses are now in a bucket so we don't have any water leaking anywhere. So these can now go... No, I'm actually not going to clean them with bleach. Normally I would clean them with bleach, but they're actually not that dirty. So I'm just going to rinse them with some more water and a pipe brush, and that should do the trick. Okay, inflow and outflow is clean. The water is currently still draining. One more thing I like to do every so often is especially clean the edge of the glass. So I have pretty hard water and every so often I just need to get rid of the mineral buildup, the calcium buildup basically. So I'm just taking a little bit of vinegar on some paper towels and that will easily wipe it away. So the way I do these water changes is actually very simple. This piece right here is just an old filter inlet. Then I have a very long garden hose attached to it. Right now it goes directly to my toilet just to drain it. And then if I want to fill it back up, I'm just going to attach this pump that I got from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll attach the pump, drop the pump in my sink, fill the sink with water, turn the pump on, and that will fill it back up. Super simple. So we're all done with the big shallow. It's looking good again. That new layer of sand kind of really refreshed it. It's really looking good, I like it. Now let's move on to the shelf. Of course, recently we started the substrate experiment. I'm sure you guys are very curious about the results there. We're not going to spend any time on it now because I want to make a separate video about it, just to make it, not to confuse people, I guess. And we just need a little bit more time for that experiment as well. So let's focus on the other 3 tanks. The only tank I'm not going to maintain today is this one. This is the cube with the blue neon rasboras and the yellow neocaridina shrimp. This is the only tank that is running on reverse osmosis water. And I just did a water change last week and I don't think it's necessary to do it again. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm just going to feed the fish quickly. So I got this bottle right here with the complete gourmet menu from Danila. And they go absolutely crazy for this. So just a little pinch. Yeah, these guys are doing really good. I think we still have all of them. I don't think we've lost any of them, so far so good. And this is just a very low maintenance aquarium. I mean, there's no CO2 here. There's a bunch of slow growing plants. Loads of different floating plants. We have the potos in the hang on the back filter still doing good as well. So just not a very simple low maintenance aquarium. So one thing we really need to talk about is this one right here, the Thai micro crab aquarium. I got a lot of questions from you guys wondering how the Thai micro crabs are doing. Well, the thing is that I'm wondering as well. I think the video for this tank went up like 3 weeks ago. And I think since then I've only seen them like once or twice. So it's a bit of a bummer. So I'm not sure, either they are not live anymore or they're just very good at hiding or they've escaped the tank. But yeah, I really haven't seen much of them. So it's a bit of a bummer. I'm not really sure what to do with this tank right now. I'm thinking to remove a few of the rocks, kind of see if they are indeed hiding. But yeah, I'm just not really sure what to do. I've also removed the filter. So I was using this really tiny canister filter from a mini complete tank. And I've removed it because the flow is actually a bit too strong. Nothing wrong with the filter. The flow is just very, very powerful. And all the floating plants were being pushed to the side. I just didn't like it. So I just thought, let's just try a no filter aquarium again. And I mean, so far it's doing good. It does need a bit of a clean and a water change, but besides that, it's fine. So let's do a water change, see if we can carefully remove some rocks, see if we can get a visual on some of the Thai micro crabs, and yeah, and then we can decide what we do with this tank. So I think I can safely remove these 2 big rocks on top. So I'm going to do that and see if we spot any crabs. If not, they're probably gone, and maybe we'll just add some shrimp to this tank or something, because I don't want to break it down. But maybe we can just add some nice neocaridina shrimp or something. Let's stay positive, they're probably just hiding. Okay, so I quickly put everything back in because I removed that second big rock and then I actually spotted 1 Thai micro crab. So they're still in there, still alive and well. I'm guessing they're just all hiding because they're so tiny, there's tons of hiding places for them. And I think we're just gonna have to accept that. We're probably not gonna see much of them. And yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, the tank looks good even without visible inhabitants. It is the way it is. Let's just move on with the maintenance session. Okay, so this one is next. This one is fairly low maintenance as well. I mean, we do have CO2 injection, we have stem plants. So it is a bit more maintenance compared to the previous tanks, but I'm not really dosing any liquid fertilizer in here, so the plants are growing very, very slowly. I haven't trimmed the carpet in a very, very long time. We've just really done much to this tank actually. The stem plants in the back, it's also been more than a month since I trimmed them. But it's still looking good. I mean, I've set this tank up in January, so it's getting close to that 1 year mark, I guess. Not sure if it's gonna make it that long because I am thinking of rescaping it, but yeah, we'll see. So for now, it's just a quick glass cleaning. I'm actually gonna do it with this sponge because there's quite a lot of algae on the glass. So I'm just gonna take a sponge, we'll do a quick water change, clean the inflow and outflow, and that's it. Okay, so that's this one done as well. Super simple, but yeah, looks clean again, so that's good. So that's the shelf completed. Now when I do water changes on these small tanks, I don't use the same system as I showed you guys on the big shallow. It's just a bit too much work for these small tanks. I actually just have 2 buckets. So I have one big bucket over here for the old dirty water, and then a smaller bucket right on top of the shelf. So I just siphon the clean water from there into the tanks. And that's just, it's simple, but it works fine, you know. So yeah, shelf completed. Let's move on to the next tank. Yeah, let's move on to this side of the room where we have the 70-liter escapers tank and the new pea puffer tank. So our pea puffer is doing really well. Some people said that we should name him, but I know I don't usually name my fish. I don't know, maybe for this one we can make an exception. Yeah, he's doing good. I got a lot of comments saying that he's probably going to eat the shrimp. Yeah, we just have to see how it goes. I mean, right now he's still very, very small and he doesn't seem interested in the shrimp at all. So we'll see what happens when he gets a little bit bigger. I can always remove the shrimp, it's not really a big deal. But yeah, his tank is doing good as well. It does need a little bit of maintenance. Mostly the tall hairgrass needs to be thinned out a little bit. We have a lot of floating plants, a lot of dogweed as well. So we're getting a bit too much shadow in this tank. So we need to do that, do a quick water change as well. And I think that's it. Same on this side, just a simple water change. Clean the inflow and the outflow, clean the glass. Yeah, simple maintenance today. So I've already started draining this tank, so let's quickly shut off the CO2 and the filter. So we currently have quite a lot of fish in here. I mean, we have a big group of the amber tetras, we have the tiger antler guppies as well. The green neon reservoirs are in here as well. And we still have some blue neon tetras. Green neon tetras, sorry. So a lot of fish in here, but this seems to be working out just fine. I am planning to either rescape this tank or replace it with something else. So it's not going to be for much longer. Actually, since I've added the tiger antler guppies in here, the amber tetras are they're a lot less shy basically. I see them a lot more, they're a lot more comfortable, so that's cool. Now some of you might remember the outdoor mini pond. I've actually placed the lily from that pond into this tank and it's actually doing really, really good. So some of these bigger leaves here, this one for example and that one, those were the leaves that I was getting in the mini pond. And the red one, the small ones, that's are the leaves that we're getting right now. So they're much smaller, much more colorful. So it's looking pretty good. I think we've drained about enough water. Let's fill it back up. Okay, that's another one done. So it's only going this quick today because I don't really have to trim anything. I mean, if I would have to trim this tank, it could easily take me 2 hours just for this aquarium alone. But yeah, I mean, I don't like to choose favorites, but I think this tank is currently looking very, very good. Just super lush. I mean, it's been up and running since December, so it's very grown in already. Let's move on to this one. I think the only thing I'm going to do here is trim the hairgrass and remove those floating plants. And then a quick water change, and that's it. Pea puffer tank done as well, so that means we only have one left. And the last one is the CPD River. This one has recently moved location. It used to be next to the shelf on the left side on the dinner table, but I'm actually setting up a new tank there soon, thinking of maybe a better setup. But this one has now moved here just behind the couch and it's doing really well, really developing nicely. I've recently added that red lotus. Just really loving how this tank is developing. These CPDs are just beautiful. When I bought them, they were quite pale, but right now the red fins and the blue body is just really, really nice. Yeah, just easy to maintain as well. I mean, maybe I could turn the moss, but I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. I think we just gonna do a quick water change, same as all the other tanks. Quick water change, cleaning the glass, cleaning the inflow and the outflow, and then we can wrap this maintenance session up. I'm quite tired as well, so I think it's good that we do this one quick. Okay guys, that was it. Basically just an insight into how I do my maintenance, plus an update on all the things as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button. See you next time. Take care.